Hi guys! And hello mga math enthusiasts! Welcome again sa ating YouTube channel kung saan ang math ay mas pinadadali at mas minamahal. For today's video, ang pag-uusapan natin ay illustrating the inequalities in the number line. Now, ang illustrating is the same sa skill ng graphing, okay? Meron na akong video about graphing inequalities pero siguro hindi pa sapat iyon para yung iba ay maintindihan how to graph inequalities in the number line. Kaya ito, gumawa ulit ako ng isa pang video, okay, para mas maintindihan pa ng iba using different examples. So, ito yung mga examples na mai-encounter natin as we go on. Baka mamaya, ganito yung mga nasa modules, no? Hindi, iniba ko yan. Similar type ito, pero para alam nyo kung paano ba isinusolve yung mga gantong type ng mga given. Okay? Kaya wag na nating patagalin pa to. Simulan na natin. Okay, for number 1, we have negative 9x squared is greater than or equal to 14 plus a 4. Diba? This is inequalities kasi present si greater than. So, eto daw ay greater than or equal to 14 plus a 4. So, ang gagawin natin una is to simplify this. Kailangan ma-solve muna natin siya and then we identify the roots bago natin i-graph. Okay, so dahil we have here 14 plus 4, we add this one. So, eto copy lang, negative 9x squared, okay, is greater than or equal to 14 plus 4. We have 18. Okay? So, kailangan ma-eliminate natin si negative 9. So, we will have here x squared para x squared na lang ang matitira dito. So, we divide it by negative 9, negative 9. And then, we cancel. So, what will remain here, ang matitira dito ay x squared greater than or equal to 18 divided by negative 9 is negative 2. Okay, to solve for the solutions, pwede natin gamitin ang extracting the roots kasi naka-square to, di ba? So, pag kinuha natin yung square root niyan pareho, mapapansin nyo, eto maka-cancel, pero makikita nyo, meron tayong negative sign sa loob ng radical sign. Pag ang number sa loob ng square root natin ay negative, ibig sabihin wala tayong solution na makukuha. Okay? Ito ay hindi natin ma-identify. Meaning to say, etong inequalities na to or inequality na to has no solution. So, the inequality has no solution. Okay. It follows na hindi mo rin siya pwedeng i-graph. Kaya wala ka ring mag-graph. So, ito na lang isagot po. Pag no solution, syempre, walang graph. For number 2, we have x squared minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So, para makuha ang solutions na to, pwede natin gamitin ulit yung by extracting the roots para mabilis natin makuha. Okay, paano natin gagawin yon? We transpose negative 1 dito sa kabila. Okay, so what will remain here is x squared is greater than or equal to, eto yon, being negative 1, tinranspose mo siya, magiging positive 1 na siya. Okay? And then, we get the square root. So, the square root of x squared, we just cancel this, yung square root symbol, saka yung squared natin, yung power natin. So, x na lang dito is greater than or equal to. So, we have here square root. So, dalawa ang answer natin dyan. Isang positive at isang negative. So, the square root of 1 is 1. So, we have two solutions here. We have x is greater than or equal to 1. Saka x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Now, paano natin siya ilalagay sa number line? Okay, so we have here 0. And then, we have here negative 1 and then 1. So, meron tayong mahahati ang number line natin sa tatlo ha, para dun sa tesa value natin. Okay, so yung mga nandito, ibig sabihin yung nandito sa side ni -1, yung mga mas mabababa sa kanya, yung nasa gitna ng -1 at 1, at lahat ng mas mataas kay +1. Ngayon, ite-test natin sila ha. Kukuha tayo ng value. Isa-substitute natin dito. Okay, so pag kumuha tayo dito, pwede tayong kumuha ng -2 ha. Kasi -1, susunod dito, -2. O, lagay ko nga dito. -2 yung ite-test natin dito. So, when we have -2, when x is equal to -2, let's try this one, kung true siya or false. So, we will have here x squared minus 1 greater than or equal to 0 ba siya kung ang x natin ay -2. So, -2, you square it, minus 1 greater than or equal to 0 ba siya? What is -2 squared? That is 4 minus 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Is that? So, sorry na. Okay. So, what is 4 minus 1? 3. So, is 3 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, this is true. Excuse me. So, ibig sabihin yung mga values dito, part siya ng graph. Okay? How about when we have 0? When we have 0, itetest naman natin yung mga nandito, ha? So, we have x is equal to 0. So, kung 0 siya, x squared minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Tignan natin kung magiging true din siya, ha? So, we have here 0 squared minus 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So, we have here 0 squared is 0 minus 1 is -1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? No. So, this is false. So, ibig sabihin, itong part na to, hindi siya part ng graph. Okay? So, when we have 1, okay, when we have 1, part siya, yung 1 ha, kasi may equal. Sorry, dapat yung kukunin natin yung nandito sa side ng 1, yung mas mataas kay 1. So, let's try 2. If x is equal to 2, so we will have here x squared minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Magiging true kaya siya kung ang value natin ay 2. So, we will have here 2 squared minus 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So, this is 3, which is greater than or equal to 0. So, this is true. Okay, so asan ang graph natin? Since ito ay greater than or equal to -1, ibig sabihin ito ay what? Closed. Shaded siya kasi dahil dito. Okay, pero kung wala yung ganyan, ibig sabihin hollow siya. Okay, so lahat daw ng nandito sa side na to, kasi nakuha niya si 2 is true, ay part ng graph. So, ganyan dapat yung graph nyo. Ha? And then, dito naman, since we have here, equal ulit, ito yung pang -1, ito yung pang +1, o diba may equal ulit. So, ibig sabihin, yan ay, ano ulit, ha, closed. And then, papunta dun. Okay. So, your graph should be like this, ha. Ayan. Kahit wala na yung broken lines, ito lang, okay na. Nagets ba, ha? I-comment nga kung nagets. Okay, now here sa number 3, we have x minus 4 and then x plus 2 is greater than 0. Dito hindi na tayo mahihirapan kasi naka-factor na siya. Okay, hindi na natin kailangan i-factor pa siya. Kunin na lang natin yung solutions. Okay, so we have x minus 4 greater than 0 and then x plus 2 greater than 0. Solve for x, ito transpose sa kabila, being -4, magiging +4 na siya. So, magiging x is greater than 4. And then, ito naman, ililipat dun sa kabila, kaya magiging x is greater than, positive siya, magiging -2. And then, we graph. Ganun lang kadali. Ha? Wag nating husgahan masyado si math na mahirap, ha? Kasi hindi naman talaga. So, we have here, -2. O, mag-approximate na lang ako, ha? Pero gumawa kayo ng maayos na number line dyan. Kasi tatagal. Sayang ang minuto natin. So, we have -2 and then 4. Ang x daw ay greater than 4 at greater than -2. So, meron tayong iti-test na mga values dyan para malaman natin asan yung graph natin. Okay, so kuha tayo ng mga nandito sa kaliwa ni negative 2, kunin natin si, gusto ko si negative 4 ang kunin. So, negative 4 when x is equal to negative 4. So, we will have here x minus 4 multiplied by x plus 2 greater than ba yan kay 0 when x is negative 4. So, we will have here negative 4 minus 4. Okay, negative 4 plus 2 greater than ba yan kay 0? What is negative 4 minus 4? This is negative 8 multiplied by negative 4 plus 2. Negative 2. Is that greater than 0? What is negative 8 times negative 2? Hala, nakikita nyo pa ba? Itataas ko ha, kasi meron palang nakaharang dyan. Oh, what is negative 8 times negative 2? That will be positive 16. Is positive 16 greater than 0? Yes. So, this is true. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng nandito sa side ay part ng graph. Oh, now, how about if I'll take 0? When x is 0. So, we have x minus 4, x plus 2, greater than 0 ba yan? When x is 0. So, 0 minus 4. And then 0 plus 2, is that greater than 0? What is this? 0 minus 4 is negative 4 multiplied by 0 plus 2 is how many? 2. Is that greater than 0? What is negative 4 times 2? That's negative 8. Is negative 8 greater than 0? No. So, this is a false. Ibig sabihin, yung middle part, hindi siya part ng ating graph. How about lahat naman ng nasa kanan ni 4? O, let's take 5, ha? So, we will have when x is equal to 5. So, etong mga ginagawa natin, tinetest natin, hindi tayo basta graph lang ng graph, ha? Para malaman natin anong region dyan, yung part ng graph natin. So, we will have here x minus 4, and then x plus 2 greater than 0 ba siya when x is 5? So, 5 minus 4, and then 5 plus 2, is that greater than 0? 5 minus 4 is 1. And then 5 plus 2 is 7. Is that greater than 0? 1 times 7 is 7. Is that greater than 0? Yes. So, 7 is greater than 0. So, dito, true tayo. Okay? So, paano na natin siya i-graph? Since x is greater than 4, which means ito ay hollow, ha? Kasi wala tayong equal to. So, ibig sabihin, yung 4 natin ay hollow circle. Okay, paano siya? Ayan. Since dito ay true, ang graph natin, ito. Don't forget to put the arrowhead. Hollow lang to, ha? Hollow. Wait lang. Baka malito kayo. Okay, so this is a hollow point. A hollow circle. Same here, ha? Hollow din ito. And then, papunta doon. Okay, so that's the graph. Okay, now for number 4 example, bago ko ibigay yung number 4 example, ito yung segment ng ating video kung saan pwede nyo or pwede kayong mag-request ng shoutout, ha. So, para kayo ay mai-shoutout ko sa susunod kong video, i-type nyo lang dyan sa comment section, #MamiPaShoutout, yung name nyo, yung place, and kung may message kayo, ha. Please, kung gusto nyo, comment kayo dyan. And for our question of the day, sana makita ko rin yung mga sagot nyo dito sa ating #QOTD. Ano ang dahilan bakit nahihirapan kayo mag-graph? Para naman malaman ko at sa susunod na video, yun naman yung maging focus natin. Okay? Now, let's have example number 4. X squared plus 7x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. Now, this time, we have to factor, ha? By factoring, pwede kayong gumamit ng quadratic formula, completing the square, pero pinakamadali dito ay factoring. So, paano tayo magfa-factor? O, this is greater than 0. So, isip lang kayo ng factors ni 6 na pag inad nyo, 7 ang magiging sagot. So, ano-ano ba yung factors ni 6? O, lagay ko dito, ha? Factors of 6. So, you have 2 times 3 and you have 1 times 6. Between these two, alin dyan ang magiging sum ay 7? Eto. So, you will have here now, since x squared to, x and then 1 and 6. And then, since positive to, ang choice nyo lang is positive, positive, or negative, negative. Pero, punta kayo sa middle term para malaman nyo kung anong gagamitin nyo. Since ang middle term natin ay positive, ibig sabihin, eto yun. So, we have here positive and then positive. Okay, so now we can have it solved. So, we have x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, and then x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. And then, we simply transpose this one. So, magiging x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Kasi positive siya, lumipat, magiging negative. And then, we will have here, ganun din. So, we will have here x is greater than or equal to negative 6. And then, we can graph. O ha, ang dali-dali naman pala ng lesson na to. So, we have here negative 1 here. Control Z. So, we have here negative 6. And then, we have here negative 1. Okay, so yan yung ite-test natin. Alin ba dyan sa tatlong regions na yan ang magiging part ng graph natin. So, kuha tayo ng points na nasa kaliwa ni negative 6. Kunin natin si x is equal to negative 7. So, kapag ba si negative 7 ang kinuha natin, dito na tayo mag-substitute ha. X plus 1 times x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. Pwede na dito, pwede din dito ha. Bahala kayo, pero pareho lang magiging sagot dyan. So, if we have here negative 7 plus 1, and then negative 7 plus 6, is that greater than or equal to 0? So, negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. And then, negative 7 plus 6 is negative 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Ha? Is that? Sige nga, tingnan natin. Negative 6 plus times negative 1 is positive 6. Is that greater than 0? Yes. So, this is true. So, true tayo dyan. Ayun, nasa gitna. So, kunin na lang natin si 0 para mas madali, ha? Nasa gitna ng negative 6. Ay, hindi pala nila nasa gitna kasi ang 0 ay nandito. So, let's try naman 5, ha? Let's try 5, negative 5. So, when x is equal to negative 5, so we will have x plus 1, x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. So, we try negative 5 plus 1, and then negative 5 plus 6, is that greater than or equal to 0? What is negative 5 plus 1? Negative 4. Okay, multiplied by negative 5 plus 6. That's 1. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So, let's see. Negative 4 plus 1, times 1 is negative 4. Is that greater than 0? No. So, this is false. So, yun nasa gitna natin. Wala ulit graph. Okay, and then sa last part natin, we have, yung 0 na lang yung itry natin kasi nandito yung 0. Nasa kanan ni negative 1, di ba? So, when x is 0, we have x plus 1, x plus 6. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So, we have 0 plus 1, and then 0 plus 6. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Okay, so, naputol yung kanina. Ituloy natin, 0 plus 1. So, what is 0 plus 1? Wait, we have 1. Okay, and then 0 plus 6, we have 6. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So, 0 times 6 is 6. Is that greater than or equal to 0? Yes, so this is true. Okay, now we can graph. Okay, since we have here equals daw to o greater than or equals to negative 6, it means ang circle natin ay hollow, ha? Ito yung nagiging sign natin para maging, hollow, closed. Ito yung nagiging sign natin para malaman natin kung ito ba ay closed or hollow. So, since ito ay equal, ito ay closed. And then, dahil sa solution natin, ito ay true, lahat ng values na nandito ay part ng graph. Dahil ito ay false, yung nandito, so wala siyang graph. So, dito, dahil equal ulit siya o greater than or equal to negative 1, close ulit siya. And then, we go there kasi true siya doon. Okay, so that's how we graph. Oh, ganun lang naman kadali eh. Okay, for our last example, we have x squared minus 6 is greater than or equal to 10. So, you just simply transpose it here. So, negative 6 magiging positive na siya. X squared is greater than or equal to 10 plus 6. 10 plus 6 is, copy lang to, 16. And then, you get the square root kasi mas madali siyang gawing ganyan. So, we will have here x is greater than or equal to positive, negative, ano ang square root ng 16? 4. So, we have x is greater than or equal to 4 and then x is greater than or equal to negative 4. O, ayan na. Magte-test the value na tayo, okay? So, graph natin siya. So, we have here negative 4 and then we have here 4. Okay, so let's try. Dito na lang ha. Dito ko na lang gagawin. So, we have here, when x is negative 5 yung kunin natin. When x is equal to negative 5, we have negative 5 squared minus 6. Is that greater than or equal to 10? So, we have here 25 minus 6. Is that greater than or equal to 10? We have 19 is greater than or equal to 10. So, this is true. Okay, how about if we have 0? When x is equal to 0. So, 0 squared minus 6, is that greater than or equal to 10? So, we have negative 6 is greater than or equal to 10. Is this true? False. So, 0 is not part. How about 5? So, obviously, 5, that will be 25 minus 6, same pa rin, magiging true, ha? Hindi ko na isosolve para mabilis. So, ang ating graph, since we have here equal, meron tayong close circle. And then close circle. And then, ang graph natin ay saan papunta? Okay, papunta dito. And then, papunta dito. Yun, ganun lang siya kadali, ha? So, pag-aralan nyo lang mabuti, kayang-kaya nyo yan. At kung nagustuhan nyo ang video na ito, please huwag kalimutan pindutin ang like button, ha? At syempre, mag-comment ka dyan para naman makita ko kung na-appreciate mo itong video na ito at i-share mo din sa iba para hindi lang naman ikaw ang nadadalian sa math. At kung bago ka pa lang sa aming YouTube channel, pindutin mo ang ating subscribe button dyan, ha? Pindutin mo na yan. At syempre, ang ating notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga videos na i-upload ko. Let's spread the love of math. Thank you and bye!